Not often we get the pleasure of your company for the evening, Hawkeye.
Well, by the time I got those settlers here, it was too late to be heading home for the Delaware camp.
Night.
Night, Hawkeye.
Night, boys.
Is it all clear? Okay. The store isn't far from here. All right. Keep your eyes open, Tim. I don't want to end up being an only child. Okay.
Get out of here right now!
Easy, son.
You lads stay here with this fella. I'll look for the other one around as soon as they're on the floor.
You all right?
Yes.
You come along with
They
us.
were stealing and I shot at them and I was just so frightened.
Probably not as much as you frightened them.
men up there. You be sure you tie it tightly. Yes, sir.
You ever seen anybody hung before?
You?
I'm not sure I want to. I hear that their faces turn blue while they strangles to their deaths.
It's not the way it happens, Peevey. When they yank the rope up, their necks break.
So it happens instant-like?
So they say.
Well then, it's not so bad.
As long as it ain't happening to you. What supplies did you get?
Oh. I got some worm syrup, some rat's vein plants, and some cow's horn scrapings. I got some rhubarb to sweeten it up.
That and some corn whiskey ought to help cover up the taste just fine.
What are we gonna mix it in?
I've never been present at a hanging.
Not a pleasant thing.
No, but I can't forget that this man tried to kill me.
More of a boy than a man. What about this bothers you, Elizabeth?
I'm not sure. British law says that stealing is a hanging offense during a war.
The punishment ought to be closer to the crime.
You would have shot this man on the spot. It is not as though you're a stranger to the taking of a life.
No. But it's one thing to kill in the heat of battle. It's quite another to do so in cold blood. Brought you some food. Some venison, potatoes, and greens, huh?
Why are you doing this?
Truth to tell, I'm not sure. Where are you from, son?
What matters it you, mister?
Folks around here call me Hawkeye.
Surrey. Tim Surrey.
Is that the Carolinas I hear in your speech?
That you do, sir. And I rue the day me and my brother left. We sold the family spread a couple months after my folks passed on.
They raise a lot of tobacco down there.
Yeah, that's what we had. Leaves so big you could wrap yourself up in them.
Sounds like a good living.
It was. But my brother, he didn't fancy himself to be a farmer for the rest of his days. He said there was bigger money to be made on the frontier.
But I wasn't wrong about that.
That may be. But it wasn't made by us. First fellow we ran into in Albany had some kind of scheme on how we could double our money. I didn't believe him, but my brother said it was about the best idea he'd ever heard.
I take it you were the one that was right.
You better believe it. That fella ran off with every cent we had. Next thing you know, we're stealing from trading posts.
Was that your brother with you last night?
No, he headed up north. Last night was a fella I hooked up with the other side of Albany.
I see. Is there any way I can reach him? Tell him what's happened.
I'm afraid not. Although I expect he'll learn soon enough. I'd appreciate you giving this to him if he comes here.
I'll hold it for him.
I thank you for your kindness, mister. I sure don't understand why.
There's nothing much. Just figure a fella shouldn't die hungry without anybody knowing anything about him.
Good luck to you, mister.
Yeah. God be with you, son.
Take care.
Timothy Serry, having been found guilty of attempting to steal vital goods during wartime and of striking a soldier in His Majesty's army, you are herewith sentenced to be hanged by the neck until dead. Have you any statement?
I didn't mean to hurt nobody. Nothing I did merits my being killed. Please, you have to know this isn't the right thing to do.
You have disgraced the colonies enough already. Can you not act with honor in a manner expected from a subject of the crown?
All the way. This.
Do any of you speak English?
I have some English, monsieur.
What would it be worth to you to capture a captain of the English army?
A great deal. For a rich source of information, I would think you could name your own price.
I'm not interested in your money.
Then why?
When you're done questioning him, I want the pleasure of torturing and killing him myself.
As you wish, monsieur. But tell me, how will we know when to trap him?
That's easy. I plan on not letting him out of my sight.
And 3 empty crates.
And 3 empty crates? Boys, what are you doing?
An experiment, Miss Shields. An enterprising experiment, so to speak.
An enterprising experiment. Perhaps they are not as dull as they appear.
Yes, they certainly can dream up a lot of ideas.
Which is precisely what I have come to speak with you about. An idea.
Oh.
One which is superbly enterprising. Look, This area is known as the Mohican Channel. Now, once the French capitulate, it will become a veritable thoroughfare of trade between New York and Montreal.
One of the main reasons for this war is to control these trade routes.
Precisely. And such trade routes require waterways and roads. Now, from New York, it is possible to ship goods entirely by boat to Montreal, with the exception of one small stretch here, where portage becomes necessary. 'Tis arduous, tedious, and of course expensive.
What are you proposing?
I propose that we build a road. What they call in the Americas a toll road.
And you think that merchants would pay to use it?
Nothing in life is free, except opinions. Mine are. Yes, they will pay and pay and pay.
But you would have to own this land.
Of course. And the people who do have offered it at very reasonable terms.
But I thought that British officers were not permitted to own land.
Colonists are. We could own it together. Elizabeth, if there is one thing this wretched wilderness offers, it is opportunity. Opportunity so teeming, so ready to be seized, it is hot to the touch. I gave my word to my dear brother that I would provide such opportunities. I extend that promise to you.
It's a gracious notion. It might be sensible to make a survey.
I have arranged some time and horses for this afternoon. I would love you to accompany me.
This afternoon, then.
Right, A-bow. Right. Company. Left.
Your brother wanted me to make sure that you got this.
Not much left to account for a man's whole life.
No. But the account on the other night is still not closed yet.
Say what you mean, Hawkeye.
There were 2 men running from the trading post.
So?
You wouldn't happen to know who the other man was.
You were there, you tell me.
I didn't get a look at his face.
Well, how in the devil's name would I know? Why should I care?
And it just seems a shame that one man should hang for the sins of at least 2.
More than a shame. My brother had to hang it all. By my account, that ain't right. Captain Shields' murder, Timmy, is like he tied the noose himself. It ain't shame I'm feeling.
Now she's boiling. Means all the impurities should be gone.
It smells awful.
Well, you ever drunk a medicine that didn't?
You reckon this is really gonna cure something?
It's gonna cure our current state of poverty, Peevey. That's what it's gonna cure. All right. There you are.
How come I'm the one who has to taste it?
Because one of us has to watch and sees what happens. And that's me.
Looks like swamp water.
Go ahead, give her a taste.
I ain't drinking this part, McKinney.
How does it taste?
Well, it's like there's a big fish. 2 big fishes flopping around in my stomach, and it's like they're wanting to get...
What?
Oh.
Peevey, what in the world are you doing? Not the election! What, are you losing your mind?
That's not all I'm losing.
It's called a toll road.
I've heard of it, but I can't say as I see the purpose.
Well, it provides an easier way for people to transport goods, and for that convenience, they pay a fee.
So a person has to pay to ride along your road.
Yes,
Why don't they just ride around it?
because that way would be more difficult.
And less expensive. It just seems like a complicated way to get people to pay for something they don't need.
Even if it's the only way they have to get where they need to go?
Well, there's always another path.
Yes, but another path might not be economical. Hawkeye, you're just not a man of commerce.
No, I don't reckon I am.
My army surveyors tell me the best surface for a road in this topography is soil supplemented with crushed oyster shells.
I see you've done some research.
Oh, yes. The shells hold the soil, give it a measure of traction, and even accommodate the drainage.
Still, it'll be difficult to build a road in this wilderness.
Yes, but worth it. And think how William would feel should he return. To discover that his wife has spun mere pittance into an impressive fortune. Come. I want to show you something. Wild huckleberries.
The Indians believe them to bring good luck.
And as I recall, from a time before all this, they are one of your favorites.
Well now, Captain Shields. Caught like a rat in a trap.
Et la femme?
Her too. A bonus for Lieutenant Monton.
What you got here, boys?
A miraculous elixir. Me and Peevey's own special blend.
It'll cure you. You got something to be cured.
What's in it?
Well, lots of interesting stuff. But we're keeping the recipe a secret.
Has Elizabeth come back yet?
No. Been hours now that you mention it.
She should have been back by now.
Tell us, Captain Shields, do the English intend to attack Fort Carillon? Or will they pass us by in favor for the inland one? Tell us, is Crown Point the target? La Presentation on the St. Lawrence? Captain? All right. Silence is your answer. Noble, honorable, foolish. Well, perhaps if polite conversation fails, another method will succeed, huh?
Wait! He is an officer like yourself. He should be accorded the right to silence as a prisoner of war. If you were captured by the British, you would be treated humanely.
Well, is it humane for the British to turn their savages loose to scalp and slaughter French trappers on the lakes and rivers? Is it humane for British soldiers to arrest and imprison Jesuit priests or men of God? Is it humane for soldiers to kill the women and children of the Huron? Please, madame, can you explain for me this British humanity? Sir, the English captain will not speak.
Shall we have a Huron question him?
The prisoners usually die before they say too much.
What of a woman?
Handsome, as far as the colonists go, I fear she knows nothing.
But they are together, no? Lieutenant Montan, sometimes a small threat succeeds where larger threats fail.
Hawkeye, there's something wrong, isn't there?
They've fallen into the hands of a French patrol.
But you have a plan, don't you?
He's always got a plan. Can we help?
You boys think that you can handle that wagon?
Yeah, sure.
Good. Find some more of those crates, empty, and stack them in the back. Get to it, fellas, quicker than I thought.
Bonjour, mon ami.
Bonjour.
Name's McKinney. This here's Mr. Peevey. We've come to provide you fellas with a little something to cure your ills, make you feel better.
And keep you warm at night.
And you want women? Where are the women?
No, not women, but something almost as good. Show 'em, Peevey.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? Ça coûte combien, ça? On va s'amuser ce soir. Ah oui? $1.
Le montant. Le corps des bois pour parler à propos des prisonniers.
They're prisoners of war. What is there to talk about?
Or the woman, Mrs. Shields. She has nothing to do with this war.
You waste your time.
Well, I don't want to do that. Now, maybe I have an offer to make.
You are the ones they call La Longue Carabine.
Well, I've heard it said, but I go by the name of Hawkeye.
Well, does your offer include detailed information about British troop movements?
As I am not a willing participant in the war, choose no sides. No, it does not.
Then, as I said, you waste your time. Now, I suggest you leave the fort, Hawkeye, before I change my mind about allowing you to do so.
What a surprise. Another bonus.
Oh, I knew.
And just how did you know?
I have faith.
Well, faith is good, but sometimes it's also good to have a plan.
Plans are your province. Faith is mine.
Are you all right?
Yes.
Where's Taylor?
Well, the French are trying to get information out of him.
Well, I figured by now he would be down to telling them where he buys his wigs.
Guns! Attention! Now, my friend here has an awful pain in his leg. Show him, Peevey. Now, all he needs is a little jolt of the miraculous elixir. Mr. Peevey? All right. Do you feel it taking effect?
Oh, I sure do.
Then show the folks. It's a miracle. Now, there you are, my friends. Now, who'd like to give this a try?
Moi, j'en veux une. Moi aussi, j'en veux.
Good. Step right up and help me and my partner unload these boxes. Careful, gentlemen.
What in God's name are you doing here?
He's come to rescue us.
Ah. Well, I wish you had arrived a few hours sooner. Is that McKinney and Peevey out there?
Certainly is. They're a part of the escape plan.
Hardly encouraging.
Oh, they'll be fine. Did you see where they were stacking the crates?
Yes.
Well, there's gunpowder underneath them. First chance they get, they'll set them off. That's when we'll all get out.
McKinney and Peevey. It's not my idea of saviors.
I was going to set it off myself.
And?
Well, Mr. Surrey caused a change in plans.
Ah, Mr. Surrey.
Allez-y.
You'd better get ready to change plans again.
Sortez d'ici. Vous n'avez rien à faire.
We haven't finished filling our orders.
Allez, vite, vite.
Come now, we came all this way.
Rapidement.
It's not fair.
You can come back tomorrow and finish up. You have left us no choice. Your woman will face the firing squad first thing in the morning. Better you should not have been so brave.
Hawkeye, they will let you be witness to the execution tomorrow. You can set off your gunpowder then.
Afraid we can't wait that long.
And why not?
Listen.
I don't hear anything.
It's thunder. There's rain headed this way. That means there won't be any dry powder to set off in the morning.
What are we gonna do?
Wait here.
Until when?
Till I figure out what Hawkeye'd want us to do.
I thank you. Well, Scout, has divine intervention become our greatest hope?
Hold this. Elizabeth, you get Taylor to the door and wait for me.
And if this plan doesn't work?
Then you better start looking for divine intervention. Elizabeth, you be careful.
Me?
I was hoping to send your captain to hell, Hawkeye. But I'll settle for you.
Tim Surrey committed a wrong the night he came into the trading post, and yet he wasn't innocent. He sought to take things, material goods, not life. But still, he was forced to pay for it with his death. I know, and I truly believe that justice is an essential part of civilized life, but surely justice can never be served if fairness and mercy are ignored. That is what the Creator intended. That is what His grace is about. Most give up on it easily. Some do not.